Hey guys, welcome to the breakdown. Today we're talking about my thoughts, my review on Captain Marvel. I'm gonna start this, I'm gonna break it into two parts, spoilery and non-spoilery. I'm gonna start with the non-spoilery part. This movie has been surrounded by a ton of controversy, and honestly, if you aren't gonna go into it with an open mind, if no agenda is being pushed, but if girl empowerment comments bother you, or you're already going in with assumptions about Brie Larson and are not willing to put those aside for the sake of the movie and for the sake of the storyline that is going on within the Marvel universe, then this is not the movie for you. And I genuinely mean that. Like, you know what's gonna happen in Avengers Endgame. Honestly, you can skip this one if you want to. I mean, there are enough negative opinions going around about Brie Larson and that are unfairly affecting the movie anyways. But honestly, I thought it was a good movie. I saw a few comments that said it was worse than Thor Dark World, but honestly, no. It's a good movie. It's a nice, good laugh. I enjoyed it personally. As a Marvel fan, I'd give it a solid 4 out of 5. Not a 5 out of 5, just because of one thing that they failed to explain continuity-wise in one of the end credit scenes. If you stay and watch, you'll know what I'm talking about. But it was a great movie, and I think it's something that not only girls can enjoy, but guys can enjoy too, if they have the stomach to sit there and stomach it. Hi, people who have already seen the movie. Alright, so we start with her having a dream of her past life, who she was before her home planet sort of took her away, and she's confused about who she is. She has 0 memories. So we're going to visit the Supreme Intelligence for our next mission. I enjoyed the Supreme Intelligence. Keep in mind, before this, I had minimal knowledge of Captain Marvel. I knew her just as I know most of my Avengers things from Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, the cartoon. That banger. R.I.P. Rest in peace. I knew her from that, so I didn't exactly know her origin story, so it was cool to kind of go back there and see that. I knew about Goose. I forgot about Goose till I saw him. But yeah, back to the storyline. She wakes up from the dream. We go to see the Supreme Intelligence. It shows up as this scientist friend that she was really close with back in her life on Earth, but obviously she doesn't remember that. We go to Skrug territory, and she gets captured by the Skrugs. Now, I thought the Skrugs were the bad guys until the plot thickened and everything was, said and done. But honestly, I enjoyed the main character for the Skrugs. I forget what his name is. Kalos? Something like that. Kalos? Yes. I have no idea who his actor is, but I enjoyed it so thoroughly. I think he did such a great performance, so many great laughs. Samuel L. Jackson, I think, did a good job as a young Nick Fury. The way people might not be happy with the way that he lost his eye, but I'm happy with it. I find it funny. Shoot. I mean, technically, if he wanted to get tough about it, you know, he could just be like, some super strong alien monster took out my eye, and like it technically wouldn't be a lie, because Goose is Goose. But honestly, after seeing the movie, after seeing how powerful she is, because I already knew how powerful she was, like, she's named after the comic book company. First of all, you gotta have like a confidence in a character as a company to let that slide, to let said character take your name. So I knew that she was gonna be powerful. That was without question. But to the extent that they showed you how powerful she was, I'm like totally comfortable with her being with the Avengers now, with her possibly taking down Thanos by herself. I can see that happening. As far as what I see happening after Endgame, we know that this is Chris Evans' last movie as Captain America. We also know that this is Robert Downey Jr.'s last movie as Iron Man. I'm still not emotionally prepared for that. Like, Chris gave us a heads up. Chris gave us months in advance to like emotionally prepare for him leaving, and Robert just dropped it on us a few months before Endgame comes out, and I'm just like heavily triggered. But I'm totally comfortable with her taking their places and becoming kind of like a leader. Like, as far as I understand it, like, for people who've only watched the movies and the TV shows like I haven't caught up on the comics, I'm comfortable with her possibly taking over, leading the Avengers with Black Panther as second in command. I'm totally comfortable with that. Like, she has the strength. Like, honestly, Thanos shouldn't be the problem that we're worried about. Because honestly, I expect her the moment she sees Thanos to punch him in the face and him go flying across the planet. I honestly expect that. Like, I've seen comments of people being like, oh, if she sees Thanos and just pummels him all throughout the movie and then that's what happens, I'm gonna be upset. Like, again, are we watching the same movie? Have you even seen the movie, first of all? Like, she's super duper strong. Like, she has a leadership quality and the strength to lead the Avengers after this. Like, Cap and Iron Man are gone. She's gonna have to step up, and people are gonna have to be okay with that. Like, I honestly see her being the face for Marvel in this new era. But I expect her to go to Thanos' planet or wherever they're meeting up and beat Thanos to a pulp. I expect that. If I don't get at least 5 minutes of that, I'm gonna be upset. Maybe 2 or 3, because you know, people have to do other things, but you know what I mean. Like, you expect her to have like as much of a struggle as the boys had? No, come on. Like, first of all, she has Goose, who apparently can pull stuff from other dimensions, who apparently, if that after credits scene is set in present day, has another Tesseract. They could probably get the other Infinity Stones from Goose. And you expect her to to have half the trouble that the boys had with Thanos? Not gonna happen. I'm sorry. That's just not like what you guys really need to be worried about and focus on is who the big bad is in the MCU after this. Because Thanos is not going to be a problem for her. He just isn't. And whoever comes next is going to have to beat her to a pulp. And that person is going to be stronger than Thanos. Think about that. Like, as for what's happening after this Infinity War phase is over, like, now that I've kind of come to the understanding that Captain Marvel is going to be this new face, which she should, of the MCU, I'm excited to see what else happens. Like, who's going to replace Cap and Tony? Like, if you don't know, there are Ironheart comics in which Tony Stark finds a 16-year-old protege. She's a black girl, curly hair, really beautiful, incredibly smart. And she takes over the mantle of Iron Man, calling herself Ironheart. I would love to see that. I would love to see that. Like, we already have Black Panther for black boys and the Dora Milaje for black little girls, people of color, what have you. But it would be so cool to see another black young lady take over the mantle of Iron Man, calling herself Ironheart. Come on, that would be so great. Like a diverse team of Avengers, that would be so cool. But yeah, personally, I think Captain Marvel was such a great movie. I'm excited to see where we go next now, because I really can't see Captain Marvel being played by anybody else but Brie. Like, political stuff aside, bam, she killed that role. And I can't picture anybody else playing her, and that's what it's supposed to be. Just like they were trying to find the right Spider-Man for years. And Tom Holland, I honestly can't see him playing anybody else in the MCU other than Peter Parker. Like, when they replace him, if they replace him, I mean, I don't know what I'm gonna do. But like, that's the whole point of the MCU. You're supposed to find an actor for these new roles that you can't see anybody else playing. And Brie has accomplished that with such grace and such beauty. And I'm very excited to see where we go. But yeah, the one thing that I didn't like that I didn't understand as a viewer, I got confused during the second credit scene where Goose coughed up a Tesseract. I didn't know. I only found out after doing some research that he can pull stuff from other dimensions and stuff like that. Excuse me. But I think either he pulled that from another dimension or Loki gave Thanos a fake Tesseract and he could still be alive. I feel like they could spin that both those two ways, and I would not be mad if Tom Hiddleston came back. I wouldn't. I know he's gonna have his own show on the Disney streaming service, which I'm really excited for, but I wouldn't be mad if he came back to the MCU. One last trick, the best trick he ever did. But yeah, Captain Marvel was a great movie despite the continuity error there on the end credit scene from a movie watching, TV show watching, cartoon watching fan perspective. I liked it. If you go in with an open mind, you'll like it too. Go see it. go support it. At the end of the day, she's a great superhero, a great character, and she deserves respect. Tell me your thoughts about Captain Marvel down below if you've already seen it. Tell me what you're excited to see in Avengers Endgame. And yeah, don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the flip side. Peace out.